And I will always be right. Brian was right. I was right. Lucifer Star was right. Well, Lucifer Star is Brian. I am Brian. So, I'm Brian. Or just Brian or whatever. And at one point in time, I mistakenly told people that, well, I mean, I was worried about them trying to find me and trying to kill me because I knew that people were looking for Lucifer Star to kill him. So, like I say, and I was using it very much as a shield. So I did tell people that my name was Jesus at some point in time because just randomly picked out a name because, well, I mean, I did that a lot though with different groups because, I mean, it's just kind of complicated. But I mean, I didn't really want to be. I knew that people were trying to kill me, and quite a few people were after me. Quite a few people had, like I said, they had gone after. Like they would just find someone who owned a house and then they would literally go and kill the people that owned that house, or kill whoever was living there, or kick them out, So at some point in time between 1930s and 1960s, there was a lot of bad stuff going around, and plus they were trying to get me on war crimes, trying to get the leader of Germany on war crimes, and like I said, I was the leader of Germany. Hitler would have taken out, he was just a military officer and whatever, and then in the civil department, he left the military service after like 20 or 30 years or something like that, and then started doing civil service or something like that. Anyway, I believe there's a record for him. Anyway, and so like everyone was basically underneath me. I mean, I'm the creator of humanity. So, I mean, through different channels or whatever else, all my wishes were being done, or everything that I wanted done was being done, basically. And it was basically just, most of it was just building and stuff like that, and construction. Anyway, though, it gets all complicated, and it's just like, well, it's all in the past now. And there still is America, it stayed, and Germany is still around, so. Anyway, despite everything. And everything else, it got crazy, where I can't really stand here and be like, oh yeah, Brian, I was just fine through the whole thing. It's like, no, well, there were times when, it gets all complicated. And like I say, you won't really understand it for probably 1,000 years or 1,000,000 years or some great amount of time. And then you may actually understand, what was going on, how the stars, Lucifer Star was always like this epic inventor, creator, genetic person. Other planets knew of me. The LSF-A colony ship. I built stars for other races too. So they could have room to grow and just like, okay, well that's yours. Or at least helping. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't really matter anymore. It was like a long time ago. When I was actually doing things. Now I'm just Brian, and just a person. But that's where all this comes from. Anyway, that and everything else. And like I said, I had other life forms like the 1.5s and the 3-foot tall exoskeletons, and it doesn't really matter. It's all over with. But, Lucifer Star, that's the name of your creator. Me. And Brian. So anyway, the name of the human, the one who created humanity and 12 other races was Lucifer Star. Me. So, anyway, also the person who named America and everything else. Also Lucifer White Star, because I had white paint and I liked everything being white. Yeah, I was doing a little commemoration thing. Nobody ever really shot at me anyway, so, and besides, like I said, we did have the aircraft another color, like a black color or a brown color, but pilots would complain that the aircraft were just too hot to work on or touch, in some environments, that colored paint was just too much, so it had to be a lighter color. So, and stuff like that. Anyway, we might have used darker colors for the wood. I don't really know because we tend to dry out the wood more. Anyway, it's all complicated and gone over years and years and years. But lots of aircraft used to be made out of wood and not metal because metal was scarce, or there wasn't that much metal in the world, but there was a lot of wood. And I don't really care anymore. It's like it was a long time ago. It's epic existential existence of Lucifer Star, my existence. So, you know, and at some point in time they were trying to kill me using time travel and all kinds of other crap, and it's like, well, you come after me, not before me, so it's not really possible. You know, you can't really be born after someone and then travel in time to before them and then just kill them or end them or capture them, because the likelihood of you being in existence is not going to happen. So, or at least the vast probability of you not existing or your life not being the same is very, very likely. I mean, almost anything you do. And you're not you anymore. You don't exist. You never existed. Your mother and father never got together. You know, and like I say, a lot of people got together at my Auschwitz and my different bases. That's where, you know, my military men who worked out and everything else like that, you know, a lot of people got together because of, you know, they were in a camp together, or they were on a ship together, or they were working together, you know. So, you know, Lucifer's Star, I was ingrained in everything, and there just wasn't really much, because I was the leader of Germany, the leader of Russia at some point in time, and the leader of America, and because I was just such a big part of everything that was going on, my decisions, my aircraft, my everything, that using time, it just wasn't possible. Like, I was just so finally, like, all through everything, you know, and it's like, well, you know, that, I mean, so when Rodney and everybody else was trying to do this whole, like trying to do this whole thing, like while I'm 9 years old, that they're trying to run off or do whatever, or communicate whatever, or, you know, try and get it so where I'm not the creator, or at least people don't know that I'm the creator. I mean, it's like, yeah, that's not really going to happen. I mean, there's very much a course. I mean, I'm on other planets. Like my LSF-A was a colony ship that went to other planets and other stars. So, not just around here, but around all throughout the galaxy and universe over like billions or millions of years. You know, 500 deep space missions. There really wasn't any possibility of people making me, you know, like, that just wasn't really possible. No matter how hard they tried, and they tried hard. They tried really hard to make it so I wasn't the creator, or at least no one knew about it. And it didn't work. I mean, more than just like word of mouth. And I'm just like, whatever. Good luck with that. So, anyway, also I named America. And you really can't use the American government or the White House or the Washington, D.C. to go back and kill the person that the houses and buildings were built for. That doesn't really work. At most they could do is move me to another location, like 471 Mountain Drive, and then try and do whatever. Anyway, I don't really give a fuck. It's like, you know, I'm Lucifer Star, the Lucifer Star. I was a monumental, like, great person that had almost absolute trust, because I was the real creator. I was completely honest and wanted and furthered technology and furthered photographs and record keeping and everything. Like, that was fine with me. Like, I'm the epic creator. Why wouldn't I? You know, I would never attack my own people, and my people wouldn't attack each other, because they know, you know, they know each other. They knew each other. So anyway, I don't really care. It's like, you know, I mean, what is, and that's that. You know, and that's all that there is to it. But I loved BioShock, and I believed in computers, and thought computers were paramount. I thought computers were everything. That without computers, you know, we couldn't actually, you know, computers were an epic part of every other life form's existence, as well as the human race. I mean, you can spend as much money as you want on them and try and get them as fast as you can, and you know, you'll never be wasting money. It's never a waste of money to further computer technology. So anyway, and I strongly believed in technology and computers. So anyway, I'm trying to get them faster and faster and faster, as fast as they can possibly be. So anyway, and thought that spending billions or trillions of dollars on it wasn't a problem. And the more money you spend on them, the better. So anyway, mathematics and computers, very much an integral part of everything.